I need to ask you a question. Be curious, Drifters.
Allegron's won the Brisbane Cup, but it's all Antino. Blake Shin, take a bow. Barraquil, Benny Allen hasn't moved.
Broadside him, bogged, won the Golden Rose.
Pride of Jenny, trying to find the reserves at the 100. She's 3 in front of Mr. Brightside. It's all too late. Pride of Jenny has run them into the night. Switzerland, the big winner by 2.5 Bellatrix Star.
He's down, Jolly Star. She is a star in the making. Jolly Star bolts in.
It's all Isthmus. She's very smart and fast.
Tell you what, this might be one of my favourite weekends of the year.
Yeah, easily. It's Taxa Group 1's 2-year-old grand final, the Golden Slipper, and a nice support card at Caulfield.
Yeah, the Lions have a bye, so I'm just locked in, and
Yes.
I'm locked in to horse racing this weekend.
Yes. What about the mighty Broncos? They've got to take on the terrifying Melbourne Storm this weekend.
In the premiership kit, though. 2 decades on. Doesn't that make you feel old? That means we were in year 8 20 years ago.
Yeah, wow. That's wild.
Yuck.
An all-time classic jersey, though, that white away jersey. My older brother, Black Sheep, is the only member of the family who goes for the Broncos, and he has that 2006 jersey.
Classic.
Ergon Energy, I think, was the sponsor.
Of course it was.
Yeah. Back when the government agencies used to sponsor rugby league teams. Bygone era stuff, isn't it? You don't see Queensland Rail on Reds jerseys anymore either, do you?
Don't. That is a good point. Who do you think of when you think of that jersey? I'll go first.
You go first.
Sean Berrigan.
Scotty Minto.
Scott Minto. Shane Webke.
Shane Webke. Carmichael.
Darren.
Yes.
Yeah.
Darius.
Yes. Justin Hodges.
Dane Carlaw.
He
could play.
Yeah, he could play. Good side.
Tony Carroll.
Tony. Big chin on him.
Yeah, there wasn't Katonis playing in 2006. There was Tonys.
Yeah. Was Casey Maguire?
I think he was.
Yeah.
Who was the halfback? Because...
Oh, Shane Perry?
Yes, well done.
Yeah.
Just a Queensland Cup stalwart came out and won a premiership. But Sean Berrigan was unbelievable that day.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, good side.
Yeah,
Great
phenomenal side.
Yeah.
And look, will they beat Melbourne this weekend?
Doubtful.
Very doubtful.
Yeah. You know who's a good player? Harry Grant. Yeah. I reckon he could be a jockey.
I reckon he could.
Yeah.
Little nugget.
Yeah.
Bit low to the ground. Low centre of gravity. Perfect hooker build.
Yes. Oh, mate. So crafty.
So crafty.
Round the ruck. Good to see.
Yep.
All right. Let's get on to the horse racing. What else do I have here? So, futures markets. Ole Dancer got the overs, ran like not a $15 pop, but she ran like a $50 pop, unfortunately. I don't know if there was an issue with her, but too bad to be true. Raging Force didn't make it to the Galaxy. That's okay. Lord Penman was a bit disappointing on the weekend as well. So he's in all sorts heading towards a Doncaster. I've got Tommy Kitten winning the All-Star Mile. He's going to an Australia Cup. Apulia was a nice return on the weekend.
Really good.
I think him heading to an Australia Cup at 15, so I think he'll start shorter than that. But he is running into Tommy and... Who's the other one they're going there? Birdman. Yeah, Birdman will be hard to beat there. Sir Delius in the Tancred at $6. I think happy there. How's your board looking?
Mine is looking pretty mid, I must say. There's one that's not on here that is terrific value, and I have talked about it on the podcast, so it's not complete. It's not completely out of the blue, but we've got closer to free in the slipper. I've got a ticket for him at $51. I think he's going around at the $12 mark this weekend, so that's good shopping.
I saw 10s.
10s? Okay.
Yeah.
Drawn very wide, but that's not necessarily the worst thing in the slipper.
Especially, you don't know what the weather's doing. It could be anywhere from a soft 5 to a heavy 10 this weekend.
Absolutely. Already crossed out a few of races that have already gone. I've got Eternal Warrior in the slipper. He unfortunately couldn't make the final field because he was scratched. I've also got a ticket for Stretton Ruler at $51 for the Golden Slipper. So 2 really good shouts there. Jimmy Starr in the All Age, he resumes this weekend in the William Reid. He's already into $2.60 with Team Green for the All Age, so already looking like good shopping there. Grafter Burners in the Galaxy at 6s. He goes around at about the sort of high 4s, $5 mark this weekend, so hopefully that's good shopping. Headley Grange and the Donny at 15s. And then I've just added for the Queen of the Turf. She races this weekend in Melbourne. Treasure the Moment at $8. That market has Autumn Glow in it, which is just blowing out the prices of everything else. I'm really hopeful, and from what Chris Waller has been saying in the media, that she doesn't go there and she goes to either a Doncaster or a Queen Elizabeth. I'd love to see her in either one of those races. The only other horses that are really in the market that look like a bit of a threat in the Queen of the Turf are Lazura and Lady Shenandoah. But if Autumn Glow doesn't go to the Queen of the Turf, Treasure the Moment's probably going around at, if she wins this weekend, a $4 pop maybe even favourite. So I thought that was good shopping.
I agree, mate. Well done. I've added to the board this week. One is Banjora in the Midway Championships at $6. Now, I don't think you could see a bigger moral beaten.
Should have won.
Probably since Inkaruna against Beedman the other weekend. But if he goes there, he will not be starting $6. I think that he'll be starting favourite against the likes of Machalato, who won the race last year. Lord of Biscay will be heading there. Buffalo will be in that field as well. One at odds in that race, if she does head there, is Meridiana. She'll probably be heading there fresh, I would have thought. And then King of Russo at Ladbrokes, $15 in the Stradbroke. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Bit of a freshen up head there.
Yeah. That's a good shout. Geez, you need the pace on, which he can get.
Yeah.
Eagle Farm's a good track for him.
Yeah. Mate, he's like, go King. Why not?
That's a redemption arc.
Oh, mate. Yeah, and I want to be at the track cheering him on because I have a terrible record in... I actually have not a bad record in futures markets in the Stradbroke because I got trekking at, I think, about $26 one year.
Absurd.
But futures market's not like that anymore.
No.
But yeah, I have a generally dog shit. I think I've had trekking and think about it in recent years. I think that's about it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't even looked at the Stradbroke market personally. What was the horse we were talking about? Oh, Sepples.
Yes.
Would love to know a price that he's at the moment. Where can I find that?
I know, because Team Green don't have a market out yet, but
Ladbrokes
do.
Let's have a quick look-see, eh?
Yeah. Well, my resolutions is going to be toxic futures markets. Just with, I guess, Ole Dancer, securing the price, and then she runs like that, securing the price for Raging Force, but also just with what's happening with, like, say, that Doncaster market. Imagine all the people who would have taken their absolute shorts for Autumn Glow, and she's no guarantee to go there.
Yeah.
Because she's a... So it is you have to pick and choose where you go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting harder than ever to find value in futures markets. And I think you're almost hoping more than anything else that they rock up, even in that field, particularly with trainers like Chris Waller around the place. He's like, oh, look, I'll just keep my options open. It's like, Chris, tell us where they're going.
Please.
But I agree with you. Mine is Sydney Money. Mate, there was some enormous plunges on the weekend just gone. And Exudo was one. He was ridden upside down by Tyler Schiller, but he was, I think when he came into the mounting yard, he was about $6 and then jumped around the sort of $3.50 mark, which is an enormous go. Didn't quite get the chocolates, but then something similar happened for Modella in the last and absolutely brained them. Sydney Money's not always right, but you have to respect the hell out of it.
Absolutely. And I think
more than any other market.
And the blows too.
Yeah.
The blows are accurate. I'd can't remember a horse blowing in Sydney and winning.
Yeah.
I feel like they can blow in Melbourne and win.
Absolutely, yeah.
But Sydney, it's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I feel. Yeah, that's a good one. Seapools, $15 in the
Yes,
Stradbroke.
I just saw that.
Yeah, so a bit of value in that market because it's pretty early. All right, let's do Caulfield first.
Yep.
Caulfield was probably haven't seen Caulfield play like that. Rail out 9 metres and they're off the rail even further, so they didn't have much room to play with on the weekend.
No, and that's what happens when the rail's out so far and they water the track, and that part of the track therefore becomes off. So, yeah, I don't know what they're doing that for, but look, I didn't give a shit. It looked like a favourite bashing day in Melbourne, and look, worked out for some.
Well done.
But that was last week, and now we're looking ahead.
Yeah. All right. Got 15 to 25k southerlies on the weekend, so I think that should be okay. Top of 23 degrees. Rail back in the true after the debacle of last week. I think it should be pretty fair.
Yeah,
I would have thought.
I think so.
Now, the Valley Pearl run at Caulfield. 1,200 metres list race for the 2-year-olds, race 3 on the program. Faulty Affairs and Rich on Bubbles going forward with a bunch of others. I have no opinion here.
No, absolutely none. Unusual to see so many geldings in a 2-year-old race.
Yeah, no, good point. I'll follow the market in that race. Now, race 4 is the Alexandra Stakes, 1,600 metres Group 3 for the 3-year-old fillies, set weights and penalties level. Previous winners here, Chiller Cap, won it last year, Vibrant Sun, Daisies, Princess Jenny, Oregon's Day. So like your C and B grade type of fillies and mares, I would have thought. But get a good feeling. That was a superb return. Jumping from the 1,200 metres up to the mile.
Bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bizarre.
And you're getting quoted $1.60, but it's a 7-horse field. She's probably better than them. Strictly Business was impressive.
Strictly Business, I think, is one of the better Oaks winners we've had. But that was an Oaks. And Tommy Carberry, God bless him, the trainer. I hope he had a good day yesterday, St. Paddy's Day. He's basically said, yeah, look, SA Derby is her grand final because she needs to get out over a trip. She's a genuine stayer. She's got a bit of brilliance and she might come back and go bang, but she's got to carry top weight here with Dogshit John. And they're tossing up whether to start her off over 1,600 metres or 2,000. So fascinated to see how she goes.
I was thinking about John on the car ride home from work today.
Okay.
Because I think he's the last jockey to win a Cox Plate other than James McDonald on State of Rest. Because J-Max won on Animo, then he won on...
Romantic Warrior, then twice on V16. Is that? Yeah, you're right. How the mighty have fallen. Yeah. And he gave State of Rest a peach.
Yeah, he did. On protest.
Yeah, on protest. But he was... Johnny Allen of that vintage was not the best jockey in Victoria by any stretch of the imagination, but he was riding winners every Saturday.
Haitotsu?
Yeah, the Derby King.
Derby King.
Like Explosive Jack?
Yeah, in 3 derbies. Tasmanian Derby.
Yep.
What else? I'm assuming it's like an Australian Derby.
Yeah, maybe an SA Derby.
Yeah, he definitely won an SA Derby.
Yeah, and then...
I think he came up here, tried to do the quality, and he didn't quite do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Little end of prep run for Explosive, but then he went on to win a Sydney Cup at 40-1.
Friend of the podcast.
Yeah. You only need to do it once. I think Get a Good Feeling would be on a similar path though.
I don't think she's going to be an Oaks filly.
Yeah,
which is,
but it's 2,200 metres though, or 2,000 metres.
It's 2,000 metres. Yeah, in South Australia, the Australasian Oaks. Strictly Business is going for the Derby though, 2,500 metres. She'll go to the Australasian Oaks as well, but it's not a grand final. Get a Good Feeling, that return over 1,200 metres. I'm thinking, hey Danny, mile maybe, but keep her over 1,200 metres because that was breathtaking, that win. So for her to jump up to a mile from 1,200 metres, I think is really odd. And $1.55 with the big green giant, you can keep me out. And Strictly Business isn't a price where I can, have a spec, so keep me out.
It's that type of race.
Yeah.
All right. What have I got here? Not that race. Race 6 is the Don Casbolt Classic 1,200 metres Group 3 for the 3-year-old fillies at set weights and penalties. Get a good feeling should be in this race.
Yeah.
So, previous winners here. Clean Energy won this last year. Gummy Gumdrops, Parasol, and Tulip. Point Barrow, $2.90. Are you forgiving of Point Barrow's performance in the Oakley Plate?
Yeah, you've got to forgive that. First up into a race like that is difficult for a little 3-year-old filly. So got to forgive. Back to her own age and sex. I can understand why she's favourite. I'll probably take her on though, just on the fact that maybe she hasn't come back as well this prep. Maybe she still ran well in the Oakley Plate, but Alpha Sophie will bounce back. But there's a little South Australian filly. This is an enormous step up in grade for her, number 12, Bassett Babe, and she's got wing-guarded Dog Jai on, who's riding Angel Capital this weekend. He'll never get a Group 1. She's just going to jump from gate 1. I think she's going to lead and give a hell of a sight. She's got a serious engine under the hood. And she must, for me to notice a horse coming out of South Australia. So
SPP.
Yep. So I'm going to have a bet on Bassett Babe, $5.50, but she could be something out of the box. And maybe Jai will finally get a Saturday winner for the first time in about 6 months.
$7 with Ladbrokes and Neds as well.
That's a much better price.
Alpha Sophie cost me an enormous collect that day.
Do you want to lose on her this weekend? If she wins, do you want to lose?
Yeah.
That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just go you know what? I surrender. I'm just going to watch. But it's Golden Slipper weekend. Got to have a bet. So I'll probably be in her camp over Point Barrow just at the price and where they are in their preps. I think Alpha Sophie at around that $5.
Yeah, it's good.
I feel like she was very, very good first up.
She did not like the straight at all.
No, and around a bend at Caulfield, cherry ripe sort of stuff. The Sunline Stakes is race 7. Good horses race this one. 600 metres Group 2 at weight for age level for the fillies and mares. Previous winners here, Gringzinger Bell won this last year. Shout the Bar, Spanish Reef, I'm a Star. Treasure the Moment back to her own sex. You're getting... you compare the $1.60 for Get a Good Feeling to the $1.80 on offer for Treasure the Moment here.
Different gravy.
Against the likes of, with all due respect, Damask Rose, who...
Nonny.
Well, how about that Quinella last start? Aha into Damask Rose.
No.
They can both run on a bit.
Absolutely. Set weights as well. So meets them all at the same weight. No, yeah, she comes out and wins this. And if she doesn't, then, geez, there's got to be question marks, and I don't think Matt Laurie will continue to train her. But she just comes out and wins this. She draws gate 1 a lot, Treasure the Moment, which is weird. So she'll ping the gates. Whether she leads, is interesting. So even if she does, and I know she doesn't love leading, but she can still lead this field and put them away. She's so much better than him. If you want one at a big price, I know that I kicked up for her first up, Philia, and she was very disappointing, but she ran super the next start when she ran into 4th in that AHA race. Had to give them all weight as well, and just couldn't get clear running at the right time. So she's $11 with Team Green at the moment. If you want to have a Quinella on with Treasure at the Moment, I think she's the horse who can run well.
Yeah. I'm struggling to find a real big play at Caulfield. Is on display up to this standard? I don't know. Maybe against her own sex.
It's not one of mine.
She was the first mare home in that race. The Shaftesbury Avenue behind She Light and Heat of Shock. But is that good enough to win this sort of race? She did beat home Cafe that day. But it was a bit of a leader biased track that day, so I don't know. Maybe I'll take the Quincy on display with Treasure, but that's not a massive... I don't think there's a lot of value there either. Race 8 is the William Reid, 1,200 metres Group 1, weigh for age level. Previous winners for this race, Schwartz, Imperatriz 2-time, September Run, Mars Crusader, Loving Gabby and Sunlight. So some good horses win this race. Good to see the old boy. Who would be the equivalent for him? Just like someone who was like, okay, through the lower grades and then just, you know what? Like Froggy Lester.
Yeah.
Okay, coming through, but as an old man on 1-year contracts, just getting win after win after win. Kept Charlie Curnow goalless on the weekend, by the way.
Yeah. Best on ground for the Lions.
Yeah. In a shit performance. But Jigsaw going forward here, he's hard to run past.
Yeah, he is.
So is Barrakill. And that's really all the speed that is in the race. Maybe Tropicus taking a sit behind with Devil Knight. But yeah, Jimmy Star, $2.30 first up.
He wins.
Yeah.
Gate 1, what we've seen from him recently is that bro just can clear the gates and he can find a spot. He doesn't have Ethan Brown, which is a little bit of a concern, but Mark Zara will just get over the top of him and get him into a nice position. I think he's, if Tropicus isn't the best sprinter in the country, then Jimmy Star is. He loves Caulfield. He fires fresh. His trials have been sexual. So Jimmy Star for me on top. I'll take the black odds, but if you're not with him, then there's plenty of value. Jigsaw ran super last weekend. You know where he's going to be. He's going to be in front for a long time. Angel Capital ran well in the Newmarket again. Goes back to Caulfield. He's $9 with 10 grand. Has Jai McNeil though. And then Tropicus. Don't know if he's the best 1,200 metre horse, but he's in career form. And then Magic Time, Charmstone and Benedetta are all good fillies and they can run well. So plenty of value on offer, but Jimmy Star, lock for me. He's the best of the day at Caulfield.
Best of the day?
At Caulfield, yeah. Oh, just made trials. I'm not a massive trials guy, but he's come back. I think he's come back better. And if he's come back better, good luck everybody else.
Yeah, Caulfield is his track too. Yeah, he loves a little bend just so he can like slingshot off him.
Yep.
Go whooshka. Needs a good ride from Barry 1 though.
He does.
So they'll know where he is in a race like this. So he could be cluttered up. But you know what he has shown more recently? He can take a sit.
Yeah.
He'll probably be in the coffin.
That's what I mean.
And he'll be like, hey, I'm Jimmy. Get out of my fucking way.
Yeah, and he's got Mark. Yeah. Mark's got Jimmy. Jimmy's got Mark.
Yeah.
That's all it needs to be said.
Put. Charmstone did win the Manicato first up in the spring at an enormous price against the likes of Barrakill and Magic Time. So she could very well do the exact same thing here. She is a first up mare as well. Jimmy, first up in the spring. It's kind of hard to kind of like judge him on that because he was super hitting the line and you just knew he was obviously on a Everest path.
Yeah.
I do think he does get better through a prep, but he also won a Oakley Play first up.
Yeah, no, that's when he announced himself.
Yeah, so I don't know. If I'm not with Jimmy, probably with Charmstone at the price. Whatever. If I was having a quaddie, I'd put my old mate Barrakill in there too.
Well, look, the Price and Kent Jr. stable, horses like that win at that sort of price. And then when they start, after winning a race like that, they start as a $1.70 favourite. They tend to lose.
Like Globe.
Yes.
Yeah. The Alistair Clark Stakes, 2,000 metres Group 2, set weights. I thought Planet Red was brilliant in the Australian Guineas. Mm-hmm. God, he can run on a bit.
Yep.
Do you want to take the $1.80 for him?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not, no.
But is there any others that you really want to take?
No, there isn't.
Probably not.
There isn't. And with respect to Jamie Carr, she is not Mark Zara. She's got her own strengths as a jockey. But when a horse needs to be, I think, more aggressively ridden to find a spot, I think Mark's your guy.
This is the exact same situation we were just talking about Charmstone. Like $1.80 for literally this stable. Literally. where it is the perfect setup. They just don't really win that often.
No, they don't. So you can steer me out of that. But he should be winning.
Single choice beat home Arcora, who's somewhat franked the form. And Makumani of, I guess, these middle distance 3-year-old like staying types, I think he's a very underrated trainer. I've been saying that for literally years on this very podcast. So I think, I think single choice is one at, I think he's second favourite in the market. So well found, but could be one. Dad and Dave.
Tasmanian Derby winner.
Well named.
Yeah, very well named.
Could be featuring. All right, let's get to Rose Hill. How's this for a weather forecast?
Oh, God.
Rail is out 2 metres, as it always is for a Golden Slipper Day. 0 to 25 mil on the Wednesday, when we're recording. 4 to 25 on the Thursday. 0 to 10 on the Friday, and then 0 to 10 on the Saturday. Now, the Saturday rain, I believe, is in the afternoon to the evening. So I have zero clue where it could be come this weekend. I think it's a pretty rock-hard track currently because they're just banking on some of the rain to get some juice into the ground. I reckon if I was a betting man, which I definitely am, I'm banking on about soft 7.
Yep.
Soft 6, soft 7, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so.
So,
and Parramatta's weird. Like,
Yeah.
Randwick gets pelted every single time,
Yeah.
whereas sometimes Parramatta just, like, doesn't get anything.
yeah. So we will see. We will see. But race 2, the Mannion Cup, over 2,400 metres, Group 3 handicap. Campbell-Dino, friend of the show, messaging us on IG, now works for this. Josh Buttonshaw, working for this stable now, not the Snowdens, and not for Yulong. So gave us a little tip, gave us a tip in the DMs about this horse, and it won. Very good first up run, was super. Second up, I think he can absolutely feature again. It's just a lot of these kind of keep going up against each other, right? If you're looking outside of that, I thought Mr. Monaco was a nice return in Sydney as well, down in the weights. But yeah, probably top 2 in the market for me.
Yeah, I think so. I think Juju Kibo is a big chance with the 55 kilos and Craig Williams on.
He got smashed in the market last start.
Yeah, he did. So I think you probably can trust that, and he should run well. But I think Campbell-Dino's a big chance too. So it's one of those two, and we'll reassess and have a bet on the day.
Yeah, if we want to. The opponent stakes is race 3, 1,900 metres, Group 3 for the fillies and mares. Set weights and penalties. Marymount Bula won this last year from Polly Gray. I think Marymount Bula was my best bet of the day in this race last year. Pinedo was a super return.
Yes.
First up and subsequently second up. Barry 14. She goes back anyway, but back to her home track. Could be featuring.
I think so. I think she wins. It was a brilliant win last start, and she's a mare on the up. I think gate 14, not the worst at Rose Hill when there's a bit of pace on. Just go straight back and then slingshot out wide and storm over the top of them. Also has James McDonald. My concern with her, though, is kicked off at the 1,300 metres, and the Millie Fox jumps up to the Asahi Super Dry Aspiration Quality over a mile, and then jumps up to 1,900 metres here. So it's a pretty decent jump between distances and runs. So will she run out a strong 1,900 metres? I'm not 100% sure, but no, she looks like the one on the up for me.
Yeah, agreed. And a lot of these are coming through the similar form races or similar jumps as well. Like you look at Polymnia, was 1,300 to 16 to 19 here as well. Had the same lead up run, but different. I think they might have been in the same lead up race as well. No, different lead up race. Apologies, but yeah. So That's that moving out race that a few of
Yeah.
them are coming through. So a few different form lines there. I think Star's, if you want a on pace, I guess, tough mare to get past, Starfisticated, Panito had to really wind up her gears to get past her. Arguably better if it is a bit of cut in the ground as well. Hasn't been out to this out to the 1900 before, but has won at the 1800. So, but she's typically performing in like midways. So, and you're getting asked to take about $12 for her. So, needs to improve. The Derby Munro 1200 meters listed. Weights and penalties. Previous winners here: On Glow, Brave Mead, Opal Ridge, Marzu, Isotope Crone. So a few of ours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What do you think of Beedman first up?
I think he was lucky to win.
He was lucky to win, wasn't he?
Yeah. Look, I think he's a horse that doesn't mind getting his toe into the ground based on his record, but pretty small sample size. Looks to be a stack of pace on for this race as well. So maybe something that can sort of just stalk them. Am I crazy for thinking that Wotan's a good bet at $7?
No.
Like I know he's a funny horse because he's running well in all these Group 1s, and yeah, he's probably a bit disappointing in the Newmarket, but I don't like the Newmarket as a form race, to be honest. Like as in riding off a horse who ran poorly in it. I think there's horses in that race who ran well, and you can definitely trust that form, but I'm prepared to forgive. This is a much easier race than what he's used to contesting. He's got to carry 56 kilos against a Beedman who's got to have 58.5. He gets a nice draw. Maybe that travel down south and then coming back up will do him a world of good. I don't know. I feel like this could be a get out of the casino for Wotan for me.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
The other one's Skyhook, who won with an enormous weight first up in the spring. And I think that might have been against the likes of, Grand Prairie, Peloton. Wotan could have even been racing that. No, it wasn't. Nashville Jack, who's in this race as well. So Skyhook, if he's maintained his spring form, which I thought was pretty decent, he can carry a bigger weight, but I think it's between Skyhook and Wotan for me. I'm not a big fan of Beedman.
No. The only other one I could steer you into a little bit at $12 with Team Green is number 9, Cafe Florian. That was a super return in that Beedman race. Storm time, and she likes getting her toe in. She's a good price. So, yeah, I think she's another one. But, crazy to think, but I'm about Wotan this weekend.
Mm-hmm. The Ramvet, 2,000 metres Group 1 weight for age. Via's won this the last 2 years. Dubai Honour, Montefilia, Very Elegant, Adabe, Avilius. Good horses win this race. But the speed here will be Al Canson, Linda Mann, I would have thought. So Delius and Aliana, the next in line with Steffi and Trinity College kind of taking up the arse end. Is this going to be like a ding-dong battle between Very Elegant and Adabe with like Sir Delius and Aliana?
I hope so.
Last time he was in a ding-dong battle, Sir Delius showed that dog in him.
He's got a bit of dog in him. It was a good return from him. Got to remember that he was first up. Aliana was second up. And what we saw from her last prep, her first 2 runs were her best, and then she slowly teed it off. I don't think that's too much of a concern, though. I think she's come back a much better autumn 4-year-old mare. And you take Autumn Glow out of that last race, the Very Elegant, and she brains that field by lengths and lengths, getting away from them. And you can argue that she's going to be better over 2,000 metres. So then you just got to ask yourself the question, well, are you prepared to take the $1.60 when you've got a horse, Sir Delius, who we think could have won a Cox Plate, who's $3.30. And first up, you're like, okay, tick, pass mark, and then you think he's going to improve massively second up. So you just got to ask yourself that question. It's one of those two for me. I think I'm leaning towards Aliana because Sir Delius is second up, and I think this was circled in the calendar from Chris Waller for Aliana as her chance to get a Group 1. Whereas Sir Delius, like, he can run well without winning and still be happy from the camp. So leaning towards Aliana, but geez, she's no spoil at the price. I think they're disrespecting Sir Delius a little bit, even though he's short enough. Maybe she should be closer to $2 and he should be, 280, 290. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you're very right. I think it's a very similar setup to the spring. So she was second, beaten 0.4 of a length behind Via in the Winks on a heavy 10, beaten 1.5 lengths in the Mackay Diva to Mr. B, which was famously a terribly ridden race, one of the slowest miles ever ridden at that level at Flemington. And then she was beaten 2.5 or nearly 3 lengths by Sir Delius in the Turnbull over the 2,000 metres. So I think I've got to side with my old mate here, Sir Delius. Be silly not to. I thought it is going to be tough for him to make up the 3 lengths, but I think although he's got some really nice form in his first up profile, I think he just improves significantly as an entire wood that actually has his mind on the job. And if it is in the heavy range, he's 2 from 2 on heavy ground too. So, yeah, Team Sir Delius for me. Now, the Rosehill Guineas, 2,000 metres for the 3-year-olds. Broadsiding won this, Riff Rocket, Linda Mann, Animo, Moanga Castelvecchio, the Autumn Sun.
Not bad.
Good.
Wait, sorry, who won it?
That guy.
My guy, Mo.
Speed in this race. Observer, he does what Observer does, right? Are you kidding? Up forward. And Bing Eye probably going forward. Victoria's Spirit. Noticed it's not in the gear changes, but still no blinkers for Autumn Boy. So no blinkers this prep at all, and he won the Caulfield Guineas with the blinkers on. I thought that's interesting.
It is.
Did they just see him on his Melbourne leg, and he was just and he just needs to focus or something?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't think I would be, but I'm with him. I'm with Autumn Boy. Yeah.
You usually get sucked into these Godolphin 3-year-olds.
I do. Oh yeah. Yeah. I just want the she's a alibi form. I want that.
I want that.
Observer, I think, is entitled to not have a flat run, but I think he's maybe entitled to not win this and then can go in a derby if that's what they're wanting to do with him. But I still get the feeling he's a 2,000 metre horse. But yeah, I don't know. I want that Randwick Guineas form. I think that second to She's a Alibi is better than winning the Australian Guineas. I think that's better form. So
60s has franked it.
Yep, 60s has, true.
He'd want to though.
He wanted to. What, $1.40 or what? It's just me where there are more and more dollar something pops racing up every weekend.
There is, mate.
Rocking up every weekend. But anyway, give us a chance. Yeah, I'm with Autumn Boy. It's one of those two, obviously. Yeah. Dio could run a big race here and not win. Federalist.
Yeah, mate, I had something on him last weekend. He got out to 34, so I was like, you know what? I had another look at that Pakenham Maiden run. I was like, that was a pretty good run. And he's only going to improve on the quick backup here, I reckon. Now, he's going 1,500 out to the 2,000, but I think if you're to do that, the quick backup is the way to do it. Now, if it is wet ground, his mother famously hated it, but he's obviously not his mum, so you never know. But I think there's been a little bit of market support for him, like $12. Like I thought he was a really good run.
Great run.
Yeah.
Great run. Oh, geez. Jake Millwood, I think, would pass out if Federer's won. He's that horse's biggest fan. Hilarious. Gave it a big push last week. He's like, you can win this race.
Yeah. Well,
He ran super.
Yeah, it did.
But no, I'm Team Autumn Boy this weekend.
Yeah, okay. I'll probably have something a little smallish on Federalist. The George Ryder. This is a good race. Previous winners here, 1,500 metres Group 1. Gringotts, V8, Animo, Forbidden Love, Think It Over, and Winks 4 times.
It's so stupid.
V8, one of the best named horses I can remember, being the son of Grunt, retired on the weekend.
Yeah. Clean bill of health. He was fine after the race. Just doesn't want to race.
Just doesn't want to race, bruh.
All right, bro.
Yeah. Happens to the best of them.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Speed in this race, Bay Wuck from out wide, like way out wide. Yorkshire going forward, Autumn Glow, obviously, Gringotts. I remember last start, I was watching like the race in New South Wales, like equivalent of Get On, right? With like Ronnie and Mark Wood and old mate Lay of the Day with the silver hair, like Corey Parker style.
Yeah.
And I remember Ronnie saying that, like, Lady Shenandoah, if it's wet ground, she can knock off Jolly Star. I was like, in my mind's eye, I'm trying to remember her, like, Colette style being an elite wet tracker. She's never won on rain-affected ground, Lady Shenandoah.
Yeah, where's that come from?
So I feel like that's just like a weird Mandela effect that
Yeah,
Ronnie's got in his mind. Like, I don't know. Maybe she is better on...
Maybe he's heard something from the stable, yeah.
Yeah, which obviously they would, right? But... I don't think that's going to matter because Autumn Glow is one of the best wet trackers in Australia. $1.30, she probably goes out and wins.
Yeah, I think she does. And you know what? From gate 7, they're going to gift J-Mac the 1-1.
Yeah.
Because he from that draw, he finds it.
I reckon he just goes to him before the race. He's like, guys, shotgun the 1-1.
Literally.
They just give it to him every single race.
They give it to him. It's insane.
Not every single race, just the Group 1s.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly. So bizarre. Or maybe he just doesn't give a shit until it's the Group 1s and finds a spot. Yep. Do you know what, though? You take Autumn Glow out. This is a good George Ryder. Got interesting 3-year-olds in there with Bayvark and Attica. Nepotism's not too interesting anymore. And then you've got a few up-and-coming geldings who've been racing around that sort of Group 2, Group 1 level. A few old heads like Gringotts and Pericles. Like, this is a really good race. It's just you've got a $1.30 favourite, but it's also pleasing because they're not scared of her. They're like, yeah, look, she probably comes out and wins, but hasn't gotten to that wink stage yet. And a lot of these horses, this isn't their grand final. But look, I'd be shocked if she loses this race, but it's got a lot of depth.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at Pericles, he hasn't gone any better. And got his Group 1 last start against the likes of Buckaroo, and that form has not stood up at all. Like Buckaroo failing last start, Treasure the Moment into the placings there as well. So 0 subsequent winners, but he's probably the most consistent of those horses currently. Like nearly knocked off Cheerwolf in a Champions Mile at the end of last prep.
Yeah, true.
Like he's been super. And if it is wet, he just absolutely, he's a bulldog to get past Pericles. Barry 9, don't mind it. So I'm thinking of playing this race like Autumn Glow out. Like there'll be those markets. I feel like Pericles is the bet. Like I'm still going to back him. If not him, Attica is a stupid price at $61.
Yeah. I just don't know why he's on the Rosehill Guineas. I thought he would have been stretched out over a distance.
I know. I don't get it because I took him in futures because Observer wasn't going there, but then Observer is going there, and Attica was the horse.
So do you reckon Godolphin's had a conversation?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So Attica heading towards a Doncaster just makes no sense to me at all.
No.
But I think it's $61 here. He's nearly the outside of the market. If you take NCAP out of nepotism, gee, that's a big price. Think he's been good. This prep, he's got that Sheezer form, albeit beaten nearly 6 lengths. Yeah.
If I was going to steer you into a horse outside of Autumn Glow, then, and Lady Shenandoah is the obvious one. I'm keen to see her over 1,500 metres. I think the sprint trip experiment is over. Bavak ran super last start. He was really tough to hold on for second. So, and interesting to see him go out over 1,500 metres. The last time he was out over a bit more of a distance in the Golden Rose, we saw what he did. Even though he's by a bivouac, doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be a sprinter. Like, he's out of a Street Cry mare. Street Cry is famously the sire of Winks. So, yeah, interested to see how he goes. He's a big price too. But the only other one is Headley Grange, who's at 34s at the moment, who I've got a ticket for in the Donny. So, I want to see Headley Grange storm home for a nice Doncaster trial.
Yeah, do it. Do it, Headley. The Golden Slipper, 1,200 metres Group 1 for the 2-year-olds. Previous winners here, Mahuna. Lady of Camelot, Shinzo, Fireburn. Saw another video. They'll play that every year in the lead up now. God,
so they should.
So divine. Should actually... I might listen to that podcast preview because I literally called it word for word, except for her getting smashed in the ribs and still winning.
Yeah, fuck.
Farnan, Kiyomichi, Estajab, She Will Reign. Good honours list. God, I don't know where I landed with this race. I've got 3 bets in the race. One is nearly the outsider in the field as well. A lot of the speed is drawn out here. Pembury is a fast filly that just needs to run fast. So she'll be going forward, I would have thought. Paradoxium, closer to free, all drawn out together, so they'll probably follow each other out there. Wool Woven, I feel like, because he's a big gross colt, I feel like he could be slow away, Storm Boy sort of style. So he might be the one who's cast a little bit wide, depending on where they find him. Streisand, and then Music Time kicking up as well. I think Spicy Miss, early days, I think she'll almost get in the coffin in the prime position, but as those other ones come across, I reckon she'll be bungled back, maybe 3 or 4 back on the fence. That's how I kind of saw it, but do you have any other thoughts there?
No, yeah, I tend to agree. The biggest thing with the slipper, and there was a stat got rolling around today or yesterday around how many winners get the rails in run. They don't necessarily need to be leading. They just need to find the rail. It's something ridiculous, like 21 out of the last 25 winners have found the rail. And looking at this speed map, I'm thinking to myself, who's going to find the rail? It's almost impossible because there's so much speed drawn out wide. Who's going to land where? But I've done this race and tended to favour those who've probably drawn more in the middle than anything else, because they can just let what's happening in front of them unfold and then try and find a nice spot, ideally on the rail. Look, I've got so many tickets for this race that I'm a pretty good chance to win some cash. Like I've got closer to free at 50-1 and Stretton Ruler as well. And it's closer to free's drawn wide, just has to come from that position and try and find a spot. I wonder if Jamie almost thinks, you know what, we've never seen this horse ridden cold. Do I try it from that gate on grand final day to see if it does anything? Like, I wonder if they just go back and try and find a position rather than try and be a part of that mad dash at the front to try and find a position.
Yeah, especially given it's a slipper, they are going to fan at the turn.
Yeah.
And if you ride for luck, you're probably going to find luck.
Yeah.
Like, sure, if you're stuck behind a slow one, you might be unlucky and try and duck and dive and whatever. But
that's the race, though.
You typically, if you're good enough, you find the gaps and you get through.
Yeah.
Typically, the best horse does win this race.
Yeah, there's not a hell of a lot of hard luck stories in the slipper, is there?
No, I think if they are, they're not going good enough anyway. Like, if Fireburn can win this race after getting nudged in the ribs.
And what's the other famous one? Belder, the other famous one would completely bungle the start and then absolutely rocketed home to win. I can't remember the name. But yeah, to your point, Fireburn was the best horse in the race and got the job done.
Yeah. So, you know, I think the Blue Diamond form has been the most consistent form for this race. So I think if Stratton Ruler had gone there, I think he probably wins that race. That's my opinion. I think he's still a big price at 16-1. So I'll be having a bet on him. I think last start, as you mentioned the other week, definitely didn't work out for him. Slowly run race. Start prior where it was a bit more genuinely run. He did have the perfect run in transit, but he absolutely brained him. And I think there's going to be more speed on his fourth up. Had the prep last year as well, so I think he's cherry ripe for this, absolutely. The other one is, I think Spicy Miss is disrespecting them in this market as well. You can't really do much more than what she's done. She was an impressive winner, stepping up from the 1,000 to the 1,200 on a soft 7, so she's ticked that box. She's 12-1 here from Barrier 5 with Froggy, who's in a rich vein of form as well. And now my roughie, my big rough one. Last time a Black Opal winner went on to win the Golden Slipper was 1999. Now, you might be going like, huh? What is the Black Opal? Now, it's run on a Sunday in Canberra, about 2 weeks prior. Music Time, locally trained horse down there, the 2-year-old gelding.
Oh, wouldn't you love to see it?
Oh, mate, it's that year.
It
I
is.
feel. It's just messy form lines. Nothing's really stood up and gone like, hey, this is my race to win.
Yeah.
He was really impressive. The form reference is he's knocked off Pearl of Dubai, who, you know, she has some form around some of the fillies in this race as well. And he was stepping from the 1,000 metres to the 1,200 on soft 6 ground. He still won by 2 lengths. And I thought he was really, really impressive. At 40-1, I secured the price on him at about 60-1 during the week.
There you go.
Because I thought, and of all the speed horses, he's probably going to find the fence. Like he's the one that's drawn in. So I think he can. I think he's not out of it. And just because of that, if he was a locally trained horse, be out of Randwick or out of Rose Hill, I don't think he'd be this price. I think he's way over the odds.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah. You know what? I looked at him as well and thought I wouldn't be shocked to see him win. He absolutely brained them, and it is that sort of year. Like I said, I've already got tickets on close to free and Stratton Ruler. I probably will bet again at Stratton Ruler. I think he's top chance for me, and definitely I think a big winning hope. Truly run race here, gets the perfect draw. Chad Schofield just finds a spot from that gate and can pretty much pick and choose. Blends into the race at the right time. I think he's suited by the fast-paced 1,200 metres. He's a huge winning chance for mine. Put a line through the Fireball form for mine. I don't think that Inglis race is strong enough. Closer to free, I think can win. Guest House out of the Diamond. He just does a lot wrong. And listening to Mick Price talk about it, it's like, oh, well, you need to get the horse to peak twice. It's like, yeah, you sort of, but it didn't fill me with a lot of confidence the way he was talking. Wool Woven blinkers on first time is interesting. Could be an absolute blessing, could make the horse go like a rocket, but I'm prepared to take him on. I've just got a bit of a question mark over him because of the setback and also on Rachel King with respect. I don't think the Paradoxium form's the form I want. Zambales, I don't think that form's strong enough. What you talked about Music Time. Campion d'Italia. Questionable race. And yeah, we saw what Central Europe did last weekend and was pretty dross, so don't trust that form. Hydrix is getting worse as prep goes on. Incognito, same. Streisand, I think she can win. I just feel like Clinton McDonald, this is an afterthought. And for a 2-year-old, I don't like that. She's $8, so I'm happy to take her on. Thought Spicy Miss was forgotten. Sheiky, enormous price. Pembrey, geez, it'd be an absolute mission from that gate to win, but don't want to write her off. I think Cheyenne is the horse who ticks the most boxes, and the market's found her. She's $5.50 with Team Green at the moment, but she had no luck in that. So she lost to Streisand first up, who came out and won the Blue Diamond. Had absolutely no luck in the Blue Diamond. She was caught wide, 5 wide without cover, the notes say here on RaceNet, and still was finishing off well, and then absolutely brained them in the Riesling Stakes. and the rating suggests that she stacks up as well. Loses J-Mac, but gets Craig Williams. And if there's any guy who has been studying the history of this race and the form, it's Craig Williams. And he's going to know if you find the rails in run, you're going to give your horse the best possible chance. She's going to be towards the back end of the field, but the way the race shapes up, it looks like there's going to be enough pace on. So I think she's an enormous winning hope, and I'm going to have a good bet on her on the weekend. And she's probably on top for me, along with Stretton Ruler. That's how I see the race.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely a winning chance. Just at the price, a bit skinny for mine.
Which I got on as soon as she won that race because she was still like $10, $12.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. No jockey booking for Pembrey yet. Thought that was interesting.
Yeah, so Tony Golan had Zach Purton lined up.
That's right.
But he couldn't get a flight back because of the debacle that's going on. Aaron. And I think Timmy Clark, if Agrarian Girl doesn't make the field, she's the first emergency, will jump on Pembrey.
TC.
Not a bad jockey booking.
For a leader. Sheesh. The Kia Ora Bro Galaxy. 1,100
Oh,
metres.
Kia ora, bro.
Group 1 handicap. Private Harry won this last year.
Look, I was on, so
Where is he now?
I was on, but yeah.
Not running into Everest, tell you that for
No,
free.
he's not.
Zapateo ruined Christmas that year.
Oh, that's right. That was a really good bet.
Yeah, it was. And, so much promise because my wedding was 2 days later as well.
Yeah.
But we did see Via Sistina. That was one of the biggest goes I've seen because she was like $3.50, started sub twos.
Yeah.
Shelby 66 won this race. I don't think he's won again since. Eduardo, Nature Strip. Nature Strip famously, I think it was his first Group 1 win, and there was Pirata down the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I swear, in the photo finish, Pirata's nose is in front. I'm sure I'm bringing up some wounds there for some people. Plenty of speed in this on paper here too.
Mm-hmm.
Bridal Waltz going forward, the Black Cloud, Mahuna. A bunch of others as well. But did you have a firm opinion here? I know you were keen on Grafter Burners. He's the favourite.
Yes, yeah. I got him at a bigger price, but he's $4.20 now with Team Green. Grafter Burners, look, he's got the same setup as Private Harry. He doesn't need to be a superstar to win this, but he's got 50.5 kilos, and he's got a great draw with the pace on, and he's got the throbber Zach Lloyd on. He was a winning machine. He just kept winning, albeit against weaker opposition, but Kelly Schweider always had a circle around this race, so it's not like this is an afterthought. I think he can just go bang, and there's a lot of horses in this race where we're sort of like, yeah, we know where you're at.
Like Jedi Bill.
Like Jedi Bill, absolutely.
Hedged.
Hedged. If it's bottomless, Marzu, I don't think he starts $12.
He's 17s with Team Blue.
Is he?
Yeah.
Disrespect from Team Blue, trying to lay him.
Yeah.
He ran well first up.
I think Joe's a good trainer for him.
Yeah, great trainer for him.
Yeah. Just stay focused, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the old boy wouldn't shock if it was a soft 7 heavy 8. No. He runs super. Reserve Bank, I thought, was fascinating. Haven't seen this horse since he won the Goodwood. Trialled 3 times. This is almost a year later, and he resumes first up with nuts intact. Oh, I thought that was fascinating. And I'm just wondering what the market's going to do with him. If they come for him, would not be shocked.
No, mate, I found 2 in the race. Reserve Bank was one of them because he can get his toe in and do some good stuff. And albeit being more for Phil form, winning a Goodwood, beating home Giga Kick that day, like that is around the mark of some of the best Group 1 sprinting form in the country. 55 kilos, Frosty Lane on barrier 2. probably going to be positive from that gate, I would have thought. I think he ticks a lot of boxes. Mate, let me take you down this narrative. I thought the biggest roughie of the day is number 7 in flight. I cannot get over there's $61 on offer for this girl. So she improves into a run in flight. The last time she saw any rain affected ground, she won super impressively at Caulfield at a group 3 level at Way for Age. She had 2 runs in the spring. She was 6th in the Concord, but in less than 2 lengths behind the likes of Lady Shenandoah, and she finished alongside Jimmy Starr that day. And then her other run in the spring, she ran 4th in the Division, beaten 1.5 lengths to Gangster Granny. I think that form is good enough for a race like this. I just don't think she gets through on top of the ground at all. Any rain for her is a huge tick. Barrier 13, if the fence is off, $61 for her?
She's got Zapateo type vibes.
Mate.
I don't think she's that much better or worse than Zapateo.
Like, $61 has to be in your quaddies and your exotics.
Yeah.
Like, she's a stupid price. And you could just see Joe Pride being smug after the race. Going like, just little Cheshire cat grin. Going like, yeah. It was the plan all along.
Yeah, he would.
Oh, no,
it's a plan all along. I kept it in this part of my forehead.
So
prominent forehead.
Yeah, huge forehead. If Inkaruna gets a run, yeah, obvious, but probably won't get there. Any other thoughts?
No, I'm with you.
All right. The birthday card stakes, 1,200 metres, Group 3 for the fillies and mares. I feel like you win this race a fair bit, but looking at the previous winners, maybe not. Ostmar, I feel like you might have had her last year. Chain of Lightning won this race the year prior on her way to winning a TJ. Zapateo won this, and then Avantage, the Kiwi as well. Look, Inkaruna is awfully short, but gee, that was a really, really impressive return.
It was. Sometimes you can get sucked into the unlucky horse and they start favourite next time. You're like, oh, yeah, surely. And then they disappoint. This is not one of those occasions. Gets a nice draw, has a good weight relief. And I think only bad luck beats her, which happened last time. So...
And you know, with some of those setups as well, it could be like, oh, they were so unlucky, but they were in restricted grade, and then they go against the boys or something. She was racing against the boys, and she's going back against her own sex here. So I think she's ticking a lot of boxes, like 53.5, barrier 6, as you said, TC. Yeah, it's just $2.30.
Yeah, but I thought Salty Pearl was short last week, but it was a similar sort of setup. She wasn't unlucky the prior start. The race just wasn't run to suit, and she put the writing on the wall, and then she went to a restricted race and just absolutely brained them.
Yeah,
with dog shit Johnny on.
That's true.
So I think in Karuna, from a nice gate with Timmy Clark on a bit of weight relief, I think she's going to be incredibly hard to beat.
Yeah.
And after the fill-up, you just go chips in.
If I have in-flight money, holy shit. Responsibly, beginning a whack.
Yeah, you get a nice hard whack.
A whickety whack.
Yep.
But, yeah, give us strength. Inkaruna is probably the best on the card for me at Sydney, but I'm really keen to play around some of those at longer odds.
Yeah, I really like Sydney this weekend. There's a bit of value. Melbourne's, there's too many shorties and I don't like it, but Jimmy Starr is a cracking bet. Black odds for him in that race. Like, it's a smart little William Reid, but like I said, if it's not Tentaris, it's him.
Yeah.
And you're getting black odds, so gotta whack that.
Yeah.
Gotta whack it.
I was having a look at the TJ market, just as you and my wife were speaking before this. Tempted, probably won't be heading there because of the Arrowfield, but she's $8 in the TJ if they decide to go that way.
Yeah.
She's kind of proven herself. Tentaris is $4, I think, or $5 in that market maybe.
Favourite?
No, I think Jimmy's favourite.
Jimmy's favourite?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that I understand that. I think Tentaris probably has better quality. I think he might have a higher ceiling than Jimmy Star, but Jimmy Star the last few runs has just consistently hit a mark where if he brings that, he probably needs Tentaris to go to his absolute best to beat him. And at this stage, Tentaris probably doesn't have a big enough sample size to suggest that is what's going to happen.
He's a colt.
Yeah. And, not all colts are the autumn sun.
No.
Who
they're not.
who just rock up to race, they're like, I guess so. No.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just, slink around this mounting yard and then win this race. Like, most colts are like worse than Animo.
Yeah.
But most good, exactly. Most good colts are like Animo, where most of the time they're all right, but they can just get a bit.
Yeah. As the prep, if you go one run too many, it's like, bruh.
Yeah.
No, I want to be in a paddock.
Yeah. I want to
run around.
I want to bank some fillies, bro.
Yeah. No. I've had enough. All right. Well, we will see you next week sometime. But, God bless.
Enjoy the weekend, Drifters. She's a big one.